Good morning, YouTubers. Beautiful day. I only have a couple minutes before work, but I figured I'd just pop in, say hello. I just had a thought. The In 1920 to 1930 ish, Berlin became the sin capital of the world. And you could do anything there. What happened in Berlin stayed in Berlin. I think it was Berlin. Maybe it was Poland. Anyway, um, it was a big catalyst for the Second World War. You could go there and like have sex with kids and animals and men and women and whatever, anything you wanted. Um, and then there was lynchings, sorry, going on in the streets, where people were being beat to death for being German. But and there was an obvious plan being put into action of degrading society, and that plan was from the highest levels. And then World War II happened, and that plan was put on off track for a while, and then Hollywood started up, and NASA really, but whatever, same people. Um, and it Hollywood, I guess, got infiltrated or started, who knows? But at that point, the plan moved. That's the only, and it had to restart. And they had more experience, right? Because they had just failed once. So now they knew, excuse me, they had to try again. My thought is, my question is, if anybody knows, I'm sure you don't, but if there's any evidence, if there's any like writings about it, because they wrote a lot of their plans down, you can find them. Did they plan the transgender shit as well as the gay shit? They knew that gay was a natural sin that everybody has a little bit of, or everybody has a little weakness toward. It's just like if you compared it to smoking, right? Some people can look at it and be grossed out and just say, no, I'm never ever going to smoke. Drugs, alcohol, none of that stuff. That's stupid. I'm going to go smoke a pole instead. Right? Not saying that all gay people don't smoke, but so, and then other people are tempted by it and then enjoy it or whatever. So homosexuality is the same thing. Or that's the way I see it anyway. I don't know. I'm not a homosexual, so how can I say? But evidence shows, and it is written that it is a sin, so all sins are the same, right? I actually see a demon is the only way I can describe it, but like a possession that comes over people, and myself included. Um, but it's the same possession. You can see it in their eyes. They change. When you get that possession over you, you actually change. You'll talk about the same things, say the same things. Your eyes will look the same. Your reactions will be the same. I mean, when you defeat those demons at their own, at a higher game, you take their game that they're trying, and you go up here and say, no, not today, Satan. They get fucking pissed. And then they'll come back harder. Worse. But anyway, so they knew all that. Of course they did. They have a good understanding of the Bible, sin, all that stuff. But did they know that people would go so far as to meet? Or is this just like a happy bonus for them, seeing that people are going this far, and that they got this whole other argument to fucking start kicking around? The fact that there was gays divided us, right? And then bringing that back together gave the both sides something to talk and fight and rah, 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 rah. But then people eventually were just like, okay, whatever, fuck off. They're gay. And so then they had to keep taking it a step further, right? To keep division in the people, in the classes, right? Because you need us fighting each other, or we'll look to them. So it's fucking ingenious. But, and I've said that before, but I mean, do you think they seen this far ahead and how far it would go? Like, is this part of the plan as well? Fucking getting kids to, and teaching that right at the youngest age and stuff like that? Or is that just a fucking happy coincidence that they're like, holy shit? But it's not part of your plan, and it's a happy coincidence. You should get it under wraps. You shouldn't fucking fuel it, because it's going to lead to your own demise. Just like last time. You should learn from your failures. You went too far too fast last time. This time, you're just going too far. You need to say, okay, no, certain point, you have to admit that there's a mental issue. There is a law that says if you're going to try to kill yourself, the cops will stop you and arrest you and put you in fucking whatever, protection, try to fucking therapy you and stuff and keep you from killing yourself. Well, what about mutilating yourself? Right? And like assisted suicide, doctors aren't allowed to do that. They'd go to jail. It's murder. Right? You're fucking with that person's head even worse than they're already fucked up, and you're a fucking medical professional, so then you're fucking exacerbating the fucking problem and then helping them kill themselves. When your job was to get a therapist and help them to maintain some kind of happiness, find some purpose in life. That's your job, not to help them die. I don't see sex change operations any different. Should be against the law. As a doctor, as you swore an oath, right? Do no harm and all that shit. So you should be looking at that person and saying, no, sorry, son, daughter, whatever. You need help. Anyway, probably kicked off of YouTube for this again. Sure. Well, a lot of meaning in words, I guess. But you don't need to use your eyes to see. Just think about that sentence for the rest of the day, I guess. Maybe I'll bring it up again sometime. If we make it to the water side, will I even find a boat? With faith, yes, there's always going to be a boat there. Hey, if there isn't a boat, pardon me, somebody got there first and took the boat. God will part the sea. He'll just open up the ocean, dry it up for you, and you can walk through. So just go push to the water side. Once you get there, then the water will be that problem. But don't worry about that problem right now. You can prepare for it, work out your paddling muscles. But like I said, you might get there and there not be a boat. God has some other means for you. Might knock over a tree and let you walk across the river. If you go there without faith, and you get there and you're worried, and you run around all helter-skelter and not think, first off, you'll probably never get there. But even when you do, you won't see the path. So if you're thinking about suicide, you're either running around the shoreline looking for something that's right in front of you, or you're worried about the water and you're not even there yet. So you gotta just focus on today. Obviously, the future is going to matter. When you get to the water, life is still going to matter. It's going to matter that you move forward. Get out and walk. Anyway, but even if the waters are sorry, the point of it all, that's what you're missing. right? Take a deep breath. Walk around your life, not physically. And evaluate the things that are important. And not even, I guess, most of the time, looks like it's glowing. Most of the time, it's because you're wandering in a hopeless night. It's all about heartache and the loss of God. Out here in the perimeter, there are no stars. The loss of God is where your purpose is lost. And I guess even with God, our purpose can be slightly skewed because you have a lot of times thinking about this life as a stepping stone to the next life, while this life is shitty and you have no real definitive knowledge of the next life, it can be fucking hard to come up with the energy and the fucking push and all that stuff. But when you get right for the next life, all of a sudden everything gets better in this life as well. And it's never going to get perfect. Forget about it. But it'll get exponentially better. And you will actually glow. Like Michael Jackson in his video there, the sidewalk lit up. So, I don't know if you guys see that as much as I do. It's fucking, I'm all stoned. Anyway, don't hurt yourselves. It's super, super duper fucking bad for you to even dwell on those thoughts. Step out of that. Step back from your life. If your fucking friends and shit are all full of that, step away from them. If your family's toxic, step away from them. Get your own space. And fucking make yourself a sanctuary somewhere. If you can't afford your own space for real, right? Like you always can. Just go find some place where you can go and fucking hide out. Just chill and fucking and be happy with something in it, whatever. But more importantly, be it comfort, and then put things in your life comfort. Change things, force it to change, because you're only one you ever. If you're scared to do you because of what I might think, you'll never be fucking happy, no matter what. But if you're gonna do you the way that you think that that person wants you to do you, or whatever, or you think it's gonna make you famous, by mutilating yourself or whatever, you think you're going to end up being Caitlyn Jenner. Well, no, especially as more and more and more people do it. When a fad gets full, it's not a fad anymore. It's just everybody, like tattoos, right? It's a big thing. Oh, fuck, look at your tattoo. Oh my god, that's so cool. Now, if you don't have a tattoo, it's like, oh my god, look at you. Fucking, you don't have one? That's amazing. Oh my. Same with piercings. There was a big time when everybody got a couple of piercings, or like a nose or an ear or an eyebrow or whatever, and then some guys went fucking and fucking did their whole face and their fucking nipples and their balls and chained it all together. But then it just wore out. Now there's still people that do it and they're stuck with it or whatever. But not so much. But you're stuck with it, like a tattoo. Stuck with it. You can go get it surgically altered, but there's still going to be a scar there. And you're always stuck with it. And if you got like a bunch of them, you can get them altered again and again and all that stuff. And you're just destroying yourself. Yourself is so fragile. That little soul that you have inside there that lives in you is the most beautiful you. It's that you that's just amazing, loving, caring, and just all of those good things. Your thoughtfulness and your all that stuff. It all lives in there. And every time we act out like that, getting a tattoo, random sexual encounters, whether they be homosexual, heterosexual, whatever, it doesn't matter. All those things that we do to ourselves push our soul away and make it a smaller piece of us so that you become more of your ego that works and thinks just for the world and is all those bad things about you, your thoughtlessness and your fucking selfishness and just your greed and your fucking laziness and just all those other things, right, that you can be rude and nasty or, bite back, all those fucking things that we are. And that side gets stronger. You're feeding it. Every time you go drinking, you're feeding it. Every time you do cocaine, you're feeding it. Right? Whether you're one of those people that says, oh, I can just do a little bit of fucking coke only when somebody offers it to me. But they offer it to you every week. Yeah, well, I'll spend my money on it. Whatever. It's just like, fuck, man. Plus, you're drunk. Like, on top of that, you're drunk. But a lot of people, like surprising amount of people, it surprises me all the time, are like, oh no, it's just a little coke or whatever. don't know. And then a lot of times those same people will fucking go on and on about my pot smoking. And I agree with them. Isn't that the fucking funniest thing? Even though I know for a fact, well, yeah, I'd say for a fact that it helps my spiritual growth. It's a natural plant that just grew naturally. I picked it and burned the incense. And rather than just breathing it, I'm fucking smoking it, which is going off. But fucking ants. It makes for a spiritual encounter. Opens me up to that side of life that we don't see most of the time. You can have a more your thought process can seem to tread, and so therefore you can tread water on one thought for a long time and end up a lot more connected to the world. So I don't see it as a bad thing. I just do too much. I see that as a bad thing. That's all. Right? Because here, it's first thing in the morning. Now, I won't smoke the rest of today, and then I'm going to work. But I have my wake and bake, get me going. And once in a while, I'll have a little puff at work, I guess. I better not lie to you, because I don't like lying. Oh, holy shit, I'm sore. I had this plan to, any day that I only work one shift, I will go to the gym and I'll work out. And so that way, if I have to work extra shifts or if I'm doing something cool with the kids, I have all that extra energy built up for those days to, I won't go to the gym and I'll exert all that energy on that other thing, because you got to make energy to burn energy. So I'm building up all this energy, but my fucking body is sore. Fuck, man. Anyway, I make that body oil with pot as well, and coconut oil. So I've been playing with it. It helps a ton. Like when you come out of the gym and you got that shaking feeling and everything's heavy, like picking up a coffee cup's nearly impossible, or trying to make something, you're like, oh, and your muscles are just trembling. Put that on, and it's not long, 15 minutes, something like that, and it's almost immediate, but like within 15 minutes or whatever, everything's gone. All that shaking, all that muscle tension, pain is all dulled away and good. So what I've been doing though the last couple days is putting it on before I go, so then I can work out even longer, and you can just keep going and pumping, right? And you don't notice it as much. So but holy fuck, you notice it the next day. Anyway, you wonderful YouTubers, have a great day. Keep a happy thought. I don't care what it is, just some little happy thought. When people are pissing you off, or when it's boring at work or whatever, just think about some little fucking thing and think, fuck, that crazy guy in his fucking pajamas was right. My little happy thought. And you just smile again and let your energy spread around you. Other people will smile too. Most of them. Anyways, challenges. But anyway, I gotta go. Gotta go to work. Have a great, wonderful day. I hope that you are all blessed by the Lord, and I hope that you got a little seed planted today, maybe, and that He works the soil and waters it and looks after that for me the rest of the way. 'Cause that's the relationship with talking about God, is to try to talk a little and let God do all the work. Just like when you're gardening, you do little bits here and there, and then you go and tend the garden and stuff. But you know, there's only so much that you can do. Anyway, and sing into the garden's always good. So this would be kind of like sing into the garden if you're already saved, which is really super good for the garden. That's what church is, right? When we go to church, that's like playing Beethoven to the plants or whatever. Like, it's perfect. Anyway, God bless. Have a good day.